Hello, my name is Kayla Kennedy, and the topic I'll be talking about is climate change. How long do we have left? When you're on a college campus, the only environment you care about is the one shown by the student body. Unless you're a science major or part of an environmental club, the environment and the climate aren't mentioned frequently. So you just go about your day, not even thinking about the planet or what you're actually doing to it. According to Science Progress, we only have 12 years to, and I quote, readjust for the 1.5 degree climate change option. Carbon emission mitigation strategies must be inaugurated to avoid the global temperature from rising. The agreement was endorsed by 195 countries, but the United States has withdrawn from it. Now, for those of you who don't know, climate change is a change in global or regional climate patterns, in particular, a change apparent from the mid to late 20th century onwards and attributed largely to the increased levels of atmospheric carbon dioxide produced by the use of fossil fuels. For me personally, climate change wasn't something that was mentioned a lot, but I still heard about it and I learned about it. But I wanted to get my opinion from students who have firsthand experience with climate change and the environment. So I asked two of my friends who are majors in biology to just answer some questions. I asked them both four questions. My first question was, as a biology major, how has your major affected the way you view climate change? How long did it take for you to realize the severe effects of climate change? Have you done anything to show your awareness of climate change? And what about climate change worries you the most? The first person I asked was my friend Johnny. He's a senior here at Monmouth University and he's a biology major. And for the first question, he said to me, yes, as a bio major, I learned more in-depth knowledge of how our carbon footprint as a nation really contributes to climate change. It made me become even more aware how our choices affect not just our area, but the whole world. And when I asked him how long did it take for him to realize the effects of climate change, he told me that it didn't take him that long. He said, and I quote, I walked into college knowing how we are destroying our planet, but my classes at MU gave me more of an understanding of how our choices damage others. According to a scientific article, it has been clear for decades that the Earth's climate is changing, and the role of human influence on the climate system is undisputed. Yet the new report also reflects major advances in the science of attribution, understanding the role of climate change in intensifying specific weather and climate events such as extreme heat waves and heavy rainfall. The next person I asked this question to is my friend Emily Vasquez. She is a marine biology major here at Monmouth. In marine biology, it's a more specific version of biology. Of course, it focuses more on the oceans. And I asked her, have you done anything to show your awareness of climate change? And her response was, it's a major theme in the teachings of my major. I show my awareness by participating in this major and trying to be hands-on and visually seeing things going on rather than only hearing about it. And I also asked her, what about climate change worries you the most? Her response was, the unimaginable amount of plastic in the ocean and mass coral bleaching effects are sad and disturbing to me. The prolonged out-of-control fires caused by extreme heat and dryness is tragic for those in its path. Nature is linked together like dominoes. When one aspect suffers, the other ones will all suffer too. So it's hard to choose one thing. I just hope we can speed up our development of renewable energies so we can stop using coal and oil. We're taught to only worry about our grades and getting our degree, not about climate change. In all my years at Monmouth, I would look up at the sky and not even be able to see any stars. Some days I would be able to see a few in the sky. When I was a little girl, the sky would be filled with stars, and it's sad to see that that has changed. And one of the main reasons is climate change, what we're doing to our planet. It's changing our environment, it's changing how the earth is basically functioning. So, and I know that we have a lot going on in our lives, especially with the pandemic, but learning about the environment and how to save it is imperative. Earth is the only home we have, so we need to protect it. Thank you for listening.